Hey guys, what's up? This is Scott, also known as Smarty Boy, I suppose. Depends what you want to go with. And this time I'm bringing you a video in, what was it? Dead Island. Again, as with many of my previous videos, the actual visuals itself is just purely for something to look at. I would say something pretty, but it's Dead Island, so it's not necessarily the prettiest. In fact, probably one of the most gruesome games I've played, to be fair, and that's taking into account Dead Space 1, 2, 3, whatever. Taking into account all those type of games, and this still stands as one of the most gruesome. Only to be matched by Dead Island Reptide, something like that, I think. Not 100% sure. I've not played too much of that. I thought what I'd do before I get into that is I'd go back, I'd play this game, complete that, mainly just so I can import my character over, make stuff easier. No other purpose for that, because I don't think it benefits the story in any other way, actually. Right, but now to get to the point of what I want to talk about in the video anyway, because for once I've actually got a topic in mind. Hey, it surprised me. I thought, oh, do you know what? This is something I want to talk about. I want to know what other people think of it. Do you know what their opinions are? Oh, I know. I'll do a fucking video. I've not done one in fucking ages. Can't remember fucking last time. I think the last one I did was a pile of shite, to be fair. It's something to do with Dead Space 3. Watch it if you're free. Right, what I wanted to talk about was Dark Souls 2. Oh, that's one of the things I want to talk about. That's probably the primordial, or the main thing that I want to talk about. Dark Souls 2, because I've recently been playing through Dark Souls 1. Because I thought, oh, I'll get into it. It's a good fun game once you can get past the difficulty of it. Once you get used to the mechanics, how to survive in the game, just by upgrading weapons and armor. It's not that difficult a game. As much as everyone says, oh, it's horrible, it's the most difficult game that bar Demon Souls, it's not difficult at all once you get to grips with the mechanics. But because I've been playing through that, it made me interested, are they doing a Dark Souls 2? And I was pleasantly surprised to find, yes, they are doing Dark Souls 2. And it's meant to be released later this year, 2013. However, it's not going to be on the next generation consoles, which will more than likely be released then for people to buy, because obviously Sony have announced PlayStation 4, Microsoft are going to announce their new console on May the 21st, so keep that marked down in your calendars. That's going to be a fantastic day. I personally, Xbox 360 all the way. I've had a PlayStation 3 as well, tried them both out. 360 was my preference, but this is when people are going to change over. If the PlayStation 4 is better than the new Xbox, that's when it'll tip it. Either Microsoft will win this round of generation again, or Sony will. Whatever. But yeah, Dark Souls. I've not seen too much about it. That's what I want to find out, because I've looked on the internet and all such and so on and so forth. I've not been able to find out too much information. I know it's probably going to be based. Well, I don't know. This is purely my speculation. I'm imagining it's going to be based in the future or whatever. However, it contributes, because the timeline's all messed up in Dark Souls. It's like time's all mixed up. It's wibbly wobbly, goopy. It's like a ball of spaghetti. So I think it'll take place after the events of Dark Souls, and it will assume you've gone for a specific ending. Like, spoiler alert, in case you've not played it. In Dark Souls, you can pick two endings. You can pick to relight the fire and keep on the Age of Ember, or you can extinguish it and bring on the Age of Darkness, or also the Age of Man. I think that's how they like to refer to it. So I think it will continue from there, new character and all that stuff, but it'll be as if the person from the original Dark Souls, the original hero, if you want to call them, chose to let the fire die and ushered in the Age of Darkness. That's where I think it will carry on. They've mentioned that they've said, oh yeah, we're not going to make it easy, we're not going to have an easy mode or anything, but essentially what they also said was that we're going to make it easier for new players to get into it at the start, at least anyway, which makes it sound like the starting area, it's going to be completely dumbed down. I mean, I know it wasn't too difficult in Dark Souls, but if you didn't know what you were doing, it was quite brutal. In case if you don't know how brutal it can be, I would recommend watching Rage Quit Dark Souls if you haven't already. I'd imagine most people probably have, because it's a very popular series. But along with many other games, like it shows difficult parts or whatever, that shows just how difficult the start of Dark Souls can be if you don't know what you're getting yourself into. So I would recommend watching that to get a feel for it. But back to Dark Souls 2, it sounds like it's going to be very dumbed down. Like, it's not going to be that much of a challenge. And my main concern is, how long is it not going to be a challenge for? Is the entire game going to be completely dumbed down? Like, or it could go completely different. It could be easy at the start, and it could be a gradual increase in difficulty, which would be preferred by many people, really. Or there could be really easy at the start to get everyone back into it, get new people into it, yada yada, boom boom boom, and then at some point there's like a cliff, there's a massive increase in difficulty, just a big huge spike. I don't know how I feel about either. I don't want them to go with either of those, my personal opinion. I want them to just stick with how it was in the original. Actually, go back to Demon Souls. I've not played it myself, but that's meant to be a lot worse. It's meant to be more grueling, more what's the word? I don't know what the word is, but basically it's meant to be a lot more difficult all around. I would like them to go with that. Keep a lot of the mechanics from Dark Souls, like with your weapons. Nothing. It's not handed out to you. There's, you have to decide where you want to go, because you can get access to any place at any time. But you'll get your ass handed to you if you go somewhere where ideally you shouldn't go. Which I think that would be really good if they do that. But increase the difficulty. I would say increase it, make it match Demon Souls, so you don't have people saying, "Oh, Dark Souls, it's nothing compared to Demon Souls." I want people to be. I would like people to say, "Bloody hell, Demon Souls is shit all compared to Dark Souls 2. Dark Souls 2 just wipes the floor with everything." I think that, for me, that would be fantastic. And I would like to think for the developers, whoever it is, I can't remember off the top of my head, Havoc or something like that, I would like to think that is what they would want their audience to say. They would want people to think, holy shit, this is worse than anything I've played, but in a good way, worse in a good way. Yeah, that's what that's my opinion of Dark Souls 2. So I've not heard much else. But what I would like is, I would like anyone who actually, if you watch this, comment, whatever, give me feedback on, or give me your opinion on what you would like to hear. Here? No, not here. Fucking hell, I'm an idiot. I'm brains frazzled. Give me your opinion on what you would like to see in the new Dark Souls, if you've played it. If not, just what would you like to see going forward from game developers, whatever. Because for me, it seems like there's not been anything fantastic recently. I mean, I know you had Bioshock Infinite, which was a good game. It wasn't as good as the first one, but it was still good in its own merit. It was different to an extent, but there's not been anything like Dead Island, Reptide. That's just this game shit out again, just in a different place. It's exactly the same to me in every way. It's not got the best story. It's the mechanics, everything is the same. It's the same game. The visuals are the same. Nothing is better. Nothing is changed. And to me, it seems like that's the general thing with like 80% of the games now. They're all just redone. there's nothing new, there's nothing innovative, and that's what I want to see. I would assume that's what a lot of people would like to see. To like to see something that makes them go, holy shit, I've not played anything like this before. This is wow. This is just mind blown. That's what I want. I reckon that's what other people want. Let me know, because I could be completely wrong. Everyone could be like, no, I'm happy with what there is now. New Call of Duty, fucking awesome. New Halo, fucking awesome. In fairness, the new Halo is awesome. New Call of Duty, I wasn't a fan. But yeah, I'm trying to think now. Like when the new generation of consoles came out, so obviously we'll go with the 360 because that came out first. I think there were new types of games coming out then. In my opinion, like you had what's it called? Fucking the first zombie game, Dead Rising. Dead Rising came out, and for me, anyway, from my previous experience of games, that was completely different. Like I never played a moderate, open world zombie game. It just boom. I was like, holy shit, this is great. Then they released the second one, and then it just fell down there. But still, my point still stands. When the this generation came out, you saw new games, you saw better games, you saw more variation, and I would like to see that again. I'm hoping that this lull in variety of gameplay, variety of everything to do with games now. I'd like to think that that lull is because this generation has come to the end of its life cycle. So I'm hoping bringing forth a new generation, bring forth new innovative ideas. I think that's what we need. That's just my opinion. My brain fucking fucked up then, and as the words failed me, I just dead silent. It's like my brain switched off. It's like my brain switched off most of the time anyway. And I'm going to end it there. I know the footage is still going on. I don't know what's gone on really. I've not really been paying attention to it. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there. As I said, leave comments with what you want to see from the next Dark Souls, if you were interested in the first one, if you hold any interest in that series. And let me know what you want going forward in games, consoles. What would you like to see in the next Xbox? What would you like to see in the next PlayStation? Whatever. What do you guys want going forward? I personally find a variety of opinion is fantastic, and if you get a different crowd of people all thinking, right, this is what I want, boom, 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 you get a good, nice combination of ideas, and you find common goals. Like a lot of people will want the same thing. Like obviously a lot of people want better visuals, whatever. You'd be like, right, well, I want holograms. I would fucking love it for holograms. Like fuck the TV, you get a little ball and boom, hologram, there you go. It would be shite, but it would be good in a step forward in technology. But my point in saying, I think that there could be other people who have another idea where it seems weird if it's just one person, but you get a group of people and like, oh wow, this many people want this, holy shit, that's fantastic, why don't people do that, so on and so forth. I've gone off on a tangent again. My entire brain is a tangent today. My entire brain is a tangent fucking most of my life, to be fair. But I'm going to leave it. Give me your opinions. Give me your opinion on this video. Feedback, whatever. Anyway, it's been nice. See you guys later. Boop boop.